Am I overreacting for wanting to see a therapist after wife changed the locks because I went to a baby shower? Excuse me? I'll say it plainly, but I do want to give a warning. If you had something like a miscarriage or you lost your child, maybe you don't want to talk about this. Okay, maybe you want to click off. I'm just warning you right now, because it is about that sort of stuff. Context is really important, so that's what we are reading right now. Wife and I are both 30. Tried to have our first baby for 4 failed cycles and decided to take a break for a few cycles because we were taking it pretty hard. It's been 3 months since we tried. Meanwhile, my little sister is pregnant with her first baby, which I'm very excited for. My wife was too at first. Are we busy on the 24th? Something I forgot? I don't think so. Why? Baby shower. They said you RSVP'd that we couldn't make it. Oh yeah, I don't want to go. Not feeling up to baby things. I understand it stings. I'd like to go support my sister for her first baby. I can go on our behalf. It'd hurt my feelings if you went without me though. She has everything and everyone she needs. I need you. Let's talk when I get home. First slide is me asking why she RSVP'd no to the baby shower 2 hours away without talking to me first. After talking that night, she said I could go to shower and seemed supportive, said she was just in her feelings. I've been thinking about it and I don't think it's fair for you to go. I'm still grieving, even if you're not. Going to this is like twisting the knife. You're twisting the knife. I'm sorry, Dovely. I'm still torn up too. I can't wait to raise kids with you, but we've both always wanted to be an aunt and uncle, and now we get to be. I want to share a little joy while things are tough. You're literally choosing another pregnant woman over me. You can't understand how hurtful that is. My sister. Let's table this until I get home or maybe after therapy tomorrow. Love you. Would it help to start trying again? I feel like not trying isn't. We both were happier when we were. No. Second slide is the week of the shower. We had therapy the next day, after which wife was once again supportive of me going. Other than saying she'd miss me, I went up a day early to spend more time with family. Nothing seemed off. Third slide was a bomb drop I got at the shower. What kind of man can't stay by his woman's side when her world is crashing down? It's making me sick. You're off celebrating when I'm the lowest I've ever been. This is like emotional cheating almost. You're going to have to make up for this betrayal for a while because I'm hurting thanks to you. Dovely, I love you. I know you want our family to grow. I do too. And I understand the heartbreak. It's kind of hurting my heart to be here too, but I'm also having some gladness which we haven't gotten to have for a bit. This is partly for me, but also for my sister and our future nephew. Remember, we want to be his favorite aunt and uncle. We need to talk about this more in therapy. Can't keep brushing it off. Grief is supposed to change over time, and I don't think it's changing for you after months. Probably won't change until you give me a baby. Okay, call you on the way home. Get yourself some curry, DD credit. I don't know what that means, but sure. Now, this is the part where he gets locked out, okay? And we're gonna do a big talk about this. I didn't want to intermit, because this is just like one thing we need to read. Ring ring, headed back, are you at mom's? Yes, we're at dinner. Pick up now, I need to know why I'm locked out. Head home or I'm kicking in the back door. I already told you, you betrayed me. You don't get to just come home willy-nippy like nothing happened. Your bag is already packed, go stay at a hotel for the night or something. What the F? I love you, but what the F? Come home now and you're going to the damn doctor tomorrow. Fourth slide. I still don't know what the F all happened, but she changed the locks to our house. We had a big argument when she came back to let me in and she insisted that this was worse than me cheating on her. It's been almost a week since then. We've been to therapy again. She saw her doctor. Neither of them seemed too concerned because she's acting normal now and even wants to TTC again. I told her I scheduled a first session with my own therapist because I'm hurt and I don't want to talk to her, much less strive for a baby until I work through this myself. She said I'm overreacting because she made it right immediately. Came home and let me in the house and hasn't brought up how she feels about the shower since that night, except for in therapy. Am I overreacting? What a crazy story. So at first I thought that she had a miscarriage and I thought that makes sense. I can understand why you would be very emotionally unstable and devastated after that, but she didn't. They were just trying for a baby for 4 months and it just didn't work yet. Which the comments were saying, hey, 4 months isn't that long. Like, that's quite short actually. You can try for way longer. So I don't really know what's your guys' problem. Like, I get it's disappointed, but it's not like you lost your baby, right? It's you just didn't make it yet. And you're both 30, right? You're not old to have a child, but like you're not in your most vigorous what's the word that breathable years. Like, I'm not saying you can't have kids when you're 30. I'm just saying, like, a few years before, and maybe your sperm right? Would have maybe been better at producing a kid. Man, this is... I want to say that I think the husband is doing something right, which is very respectful, right? Very understanding, very patient. But he put his foot down when he needed to. There's a lot of people who feel like they are a good person because they are so like agreeable and understanding and stuff. But sometimes they let themselves get all walked over because they don't put their foot down when they need to. And this guy is. I just wanted to point that out. Very good. I don't really understand why it would hurt so much. Like, you surely as a wife, like, you understand, okay, my husband has a sister and they have a baby shower, and I would get that he wants to go, but that somehow you need him. That, what was he gone for a few days? But still, like, you're not pregnant at the moment, like, you can survive a few days. I don't understand why she's feeling so low, because you've tried for a little bit. It's like they talk about the typical Gen Z mentality. If you don't get it now, then you just give up on all of it. That's what you're doing right now. You can still make the baby, right? Like, what are we doing here? Honestly, this is gonna sound kind of mean, but you shouldn't have a baby. And here's why, okay? I get that you want to. I want children at some point in my life. But if you cannot have the emotional regulation in yourself to deal with this, if you're so down from something that's actually not that big a deal, if you just put it in perspective, right? 4 months isn't a long time. You didn't lose the baby, right? There has not been a baby yet, right? But that can still come at any point, right? If you just keep trying, and you're this upset, and that makes you this kind of selfish as the wife, actually, because I don't want to be too much on the husband's side, because I get that she's grieving, like, I get that it's not fun, but this is way an overreaction. And then you change the locks and you just don't let him in. You just tell him, like, yeah, there's a hotel. She came back, but her she had the whole plan, like, change the locks, pack his bags, and he can go somewhere else. If you have that level of emotional, I don't know, I don't really want to say maturity, but maybe that is the right word. Something emotional, intelligent, control. If you don't have that, maybe you shouldn't have a kid. Because a kid is tough and it requires a lot of patience and a lot of swallowing your, that stupid kid, right? Because they're just kind of annoying a lot of times. It takes a type of emotional maturity to be able to deal with that well. And if you get this upset at something that's just not that big a deal, I explained before, maybe you got some work to do. Right, you're also both in therapy, right? I don't think, like, you have an obligation before you get a child to be physically as healthy as you can and mentally and spiritually as healthy as you can, right? You need to make sure that when that child comes into the world, you are the best version of yourself. That you just have to. That you are bringing this child without them asking. You're just, here you are in the world, and I'm not gonna do my best to be the best I can for you because, I don't know, screw you or something, right? And I get it. You guys are 30. I get it. But take a year. Take a year, work out any past trauma you have, work out any emotional issues that you have, and start building your bond even stronger. Just do stuff to work on yourself, and then go try again. Oftentimes you'll see that if you're in that positive mindset, in your positive life, you're just feeling good about life because you have a strong relationship, you feel healthy because you worked on that, mentally you dealt with stuff, right? Most likely it's going to be easier to make a kid anyway, because it does really affect the way you think about yourself, and the thoughts that you have and the way you react to things absolutely influence what happens to you. And I don't want it to sound like it's bad that they are in therapy. It's good to work on your mental health. You can't be a work in progress and raise a kid. And of course, you'll always be kind of a work in progress, but there's just a few certain things you need to deal with. And it seems like you guys, especially her, with all due respect, I hate to point to her specifically, but I just truly believe that you are not ready for a kid. And it's probably good that it hasn't worked yet. And I know that's horrible to say, and it's probably really tough to hear if you were in her shoes. But I believe it. And I say it out of love. I don't say it out of screw you, right? I don't say it to hurt you. I say it because I truly think that it's the best to wait and work on yourself. So you guys TTC'd for 4 months, took a break for 3, and then she locked you out of the house for not skipping a super special life moment with your own sister after you guys had talked about it a bunch. Unless there's more to this story, you are not overreacting. And I would want to understand from her therapist and doctor why they aren't concerned with such erratic behavior. That isn't to say there can't be some explanation or that you shouldn't give her time to work through her feelings, but if she's coming out of this with the sense she didn't do anything wrong here, that feels like the wrong takeaway. Support, validation, and respect are two-way streets, and in those text exchanges I really only see one of you trying to understand and support the other one. Extremely well said. This person really just put it all in a... What I said in minutes of words after, one word after another, this person concised it in a nice short text. Then the guy comes. I appreciate this because no one else seeing anything wrong here makes me feel insane. Her mom called her on it a little bit, but the doctor and therapist said they'd be concerned if she locked me out and kept me locked out. Since she came right home and let me in, it was a momentary lapse of judgment. That's really stupid. From a doctor and a therapist, like, those are supposed to be clever people. A lapse of judgment, even, let's say, right? And I know this is a bit extreme, but let's say for like 10 seconds, I decide to do absolutely crazy stuff. I could destroy my room, right? I would just like break my PC and break all this, right? I could like, and be dead, right? For 10 seconds. A momentary lapse of judgment. That means something is still wrong. Oh, but it's only for 10 seconds. No, I did something crazy, and we need to find out why I wanted to do that and why I did that. Only for 10 seconds, right? It's still bad. And it's not a moment. I'm talking about 10 seconds. She planned the whole thing. She arranged it, and she even texted him, you could stay at a hotel, your bags are packed. He had to put his foot down and basically tell her, you come home right now or I'm kicking the door in, before she let him in. Find a new doctor. Find a new therapist. Info. So you were just trying to conceive naturally and stopped after only 4 months? I don't get it. Why? It takes most people much longer than 4 months to conceive a child. It's completely normal for couples your age to take as long as a year to conceive if they are having sex every 2 or 3 days at least. If she is that desperate to conceive, why did she stop doing the one thing that will make her conceive? I was thinking the same thing. Yes, it can be disappointing when you aren't successful conceiving right away, but it is normal that it could take up to a year. Her reaction to you wanting to go to your sister's shower is way over the top and not remotely the behavior of someone in their right mind. It would be different if you had struggled through years of fertility issues or she just had a miscarriage. Then I could understand her being upset and having a hard time celebrating your sister. That said, changing the locks is next level vindictive and crazy based on the info you've given. Yeah, that's I mean, I talked about it too, like 4 months is not a long time at all. And they did have, it's been 3 months since they tried. No, you don't get to be this upset and deny your husband that special moment with his sister. You don't get to do that, right? If you had a miscarriage or years of fertility issues, like the comment said, it would be understandable. But you have, like I said, you've given up before you actually tried. That's some Gen Z stuff right there. And I'm saying that ironically. Like, sure, a lot of Gen Z people do that, but that's just like, think about it, why? Did they decide to do that? Is that more taught? Right, because everything is instant right now. They got a phone in their hands since they're like 10 years old. They can order stuff online and it shows up the next day, right? Is it any surprise? But that's not the issue at hand right now. But this does reinforce my point that maybe they shouldn't have a kid, because she does not seem in the right state of mind to raise a child. I think the husband could do it, right? From the very little information I have, I think he would be fine. But I think she needs some work. She has some work to do before it would be a good idea to have a child. Alright, but we're gonna end it here. I feel like we've said what needed to be said. I hope that everyone's doing okay in this story, but you as well. Leave a like, subscribe, comment something on the video. Yeah, Jesus Christ is Lord, and let's get out of here.